Gonna set up the energy real quick. So I'm gonna ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the collective the messages that are in their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. It's like riding a bike. That little intro there. It's been a long time. All right. So today we're gonna start with Libra. I'm just gonna toss some cards out and see what the messages say, and then we'll go from there. What do we have for Libra today? What do we have for Libra today? What do we have for Libra today, please? Oh, rude. I hate when it hits the floor. We're outside. All right, let's see what we got for Libra here. All right, so we've got radical acceptance to what is, obstacles or detours in the right direction, balancing act. Well, it's pretty on point for a Libra. You're wide open right now. You got the Gentle Gardener card as well. So what I'm getting from this, deliberately create using focused intent, and physical sickness manifest into the 3D from unhealed inner traumas, usually controlled by fear or ego. Cleanse the mind, cleanse the body. All right. So you have the Gentle Gardener card. She's really, really carefully taking care of what she's planted here. Deliberately create using focused intent. All right. So this is kind of like the example to follow. Whatever it is you're doing right now, you want to deliberately create it. Wide open. Your energy is allowing a lot to go in. You know what's really beautiful too is you got the 11 card, and 11 breaks down into 2. So this is 2 and 11 here. Sorry about these commercials. Whoop, the wind just took one of your cards. Put these back here. So 11 and 2 go in together. The balancing act between Gentle Gardener. So those 2 cards are playing together really, really beautifully there. It is requiring you, because if you can see, there's a little ship here, and it's really hard to see with it, but there's like a crystal ball, and that ship is going across that line on a crystal ball, so it's got to roll without falling on either side. It's really, really requiring a deliberate creation. The obstacles or detours in the right direction. So if you've ever heard rejection is protection. This is kind of like that. And it could feel like rejection in some way. That's what's when it calls for radical acceptance to what is. Okay. So when these things come to your reality, you have an ability and a choice to be able to go, okay, this is going to affect me. This is going to detour me. Or you have the ability to look at it and go, this is stopping me for a reason. I clearly should go this way. And when you open yourself wide open to the fact that a detour is protection, you're going to see changes because your perspective is shifting. You're alchemizing the idea that something is out to get you, and instead you're replacing that with the belief of the universe has my back. Physical sickness manifests into the 3D from unhealed inner traumas. As a newly graduated yoga teacher, I would like to invite you to try some yoga. Yin yoga is where I live and like to suggest for other people, mainly because our hips hold a lot of emotions. There's a lot of stored emotions in our hips. The yin yoga poses allow you to hold these asanas without it being super fast moving. And this allows for those emotions to begin to release. So if you're getting physical sickness, a way to avoid that would be to start doing physical activities, yoga being one of the most powerful ones. Exercise is great. The difference between exercise and yoga is that yoga connects mind, body, soul. You're breathing and moving at the same time. You're using the breath and movement, I should say, because you're always breathing and moving, right? But you're using the breath to fuel that next movement. And that is the difference between yoga and exercise, and why yoga is so much more powerful, because you're actively using the breath to move your body forward. And that's very, very, very powerful. So if you have any unhealed traumas, or there are inner traumas that are stuck in your body and you have not known how to get rid of them, yin yoga is beautiful. Okay. I hope you have a beautiful day, and namaste. Pisces, what's up? Hello, Pisces. My baby sister's a Pisces. I miss her. So I hope this reading is extra good, and I hope you guys are doing so damn amazing. Okay, let me just get a drink of coffee really quick. All right, well, let's get this energy started. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Pisces a message that is in their best interest today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gotta love the commercials. Out of spite, I won't pay for YouTube anymore. I will not do it. Okay. So I just did a Libra reading, and I did it a little differently than I normally do, and it kind of messed me up. I was a little off. So I'm going to read my normal way, and it might be longer. Hope Libra isn't mad about that. We got the Pisces. We got the Pisces. What do we got for Pisces? They keep like flipping over and then flipping back, so. Oh! Is the energy maybe a little chaotic with you guys? All thoughts and feelings of love are direct energetic transmissions of love. I was on one when I made these cards. I channeled this deck. Any thoughts and feelings that you have on love, those are transmissions. That's like an energetic tether. It's sending out an energetic call. It's like making an energetic phone call to the person that you're thinking about with love. Sorry, my nose, it just... you could have allergies, because like I have allergies, but I wasn't dealing with them until I started ear reading, like the nose, sniffly, so you could be dealing with allergies. I take Benadryl. People say not to do that, but it's literally all I take. Anyway, I digress. Hold on to faith in what is not yet visible in the 3D. Okay, all right. So I'm getting kind of the energy for what's going on here. Let me see here. A belief is just a thought. You continue to think, change the thought, you change the belief. Yeah, you're going through something right now, Pisces. And what I'm kind of getting from this is that your thoughts, your projections, your expectations, your assumptions, law of assumption is playing into a huge everything. Law of assumption plays into everything, but especially right now, what I'm getting is this is very much law of assumption. And is there going to be anything else that comes out? Or is this it? You want me just to go with them? Okay, that's what I thought. Yes, okay. Now we're done. All right. So it's an assumption that you're coming into. There's something you're going through that's kind of shaking your circumstances. And I want to say again, circumstances don't matter. This is in the deck. I'm seeing the card, so I'm just going to say it. Circumstances don't matter if the state of being is in alignment, which means you having control over your auric field, your energy, is going to allow you to be the calm. Metatron's cube, by the way, and living and live in that. And when you can be the calm, when there is, think about it, when you are in the eye of the storm and there's a literal storm around you, things are flying around, everything's crazy, but you are here. None of this is affecting you. Hold on to faith in what is not yet in the 3D, okay? So for whatever reason, your beliefs are literally going to shape this. However you choose to, is that a black jacket? No, I think it's a regular bee. Okay. However you choose to address this with your mind is how it's going to turn out. Whatever it is, I feel like it might be love related just because this is all thoughts and feelings of love or direct energetic transmissions of love. So if it is a love thing, okay, we're going to get into energy a little bit. If it is a love thing and somebody is not, say they're not reciprocating, I don't want to put anything out into the world for you, but I also kind of need some sort of analogy. How can I say this? Say that someone in your mind is not doing what you expect them to do or what you had hoped they would do. Those thoughts of what they're not doing are transmissions to them. And subconsciously, you might be telling them to do that, which could attract that behavior because that's an energetic transmission. And you're also putting it out into the universe. So the universe is going to go, okay, that's clearly what they want. That person's going to get that transition. So when it comes to humans in general, and most people probably would say, what the hell? You want to be delusional in the ideas of, if they've loved you, if they've been there for you, if they've supported you, they still love you, they're still going to be there for you, they're still going to support you. It is our law, it is our assumptions, the law of assumption that will come into play every single time that will literally make or break a situation. And we do have that much power. Our brains, we only use 10% of our brains. Oh, look, I choose love no matter what. Okay, this is not playing. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Really, really having this whole like focus on really focusing on faith and holding on to the love that you feel. I'm really getting this is kind of more of a love thing. Can't relate. I think that's beautiful for you. Let me see what this says. Ghostlands. Ride the wave. I don't like to pull out the book, so I'm just going to decipher this from what I'm hearing. So there's a Cancer sign here, and a Gemini and a Leo. Not sure if you're dealing with those signs or not, but those are the three that are highlighted. There's a Scorpio on one side and a Taurus on the other. But the main three that I see, the very first sign I see is Cancer. It's like on a clock. It's like Cancer, Leo, Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus. Ghostlands, that's interesting. Oh, this card This card makes me feel like it's someone from the past, but this is, I don't like doing love relationships. This isn't where I'm at. I'm spiritual. I like to do spiritual stuff. So can we keep it 100 with spiritual stuff? Please. I'll look up ghost lands, but don't make me look any more up. I don't like that. Quit it. You're killing the vibe. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Applies. 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 Okay, again, having faith, letting go of the past, whatever it is, you're in the present now. And the only way that the past is going to come back into your present is if your thoughts, your focus takes you there. Okay. Those are all the cards I have, Pisces. I hope this helped you. Sorry they were trying to go love with it. That's not my vibe. I'm sorry. I'm not a love channel. I'm a spiritual channel. I'm here to help you awaken to your greatness. Also, yeah, human design. Check out human design. Dive in, delve in, go in there, find out what your human design is. That's all I'm going to say about it right now. Oh, also, no, I lied. I'm not done yet. If you need help, if you need a way to reel that downward spiral of thoughts, which is kind of what I feel like it might be happening. Ride the wave, by the way, we didn't really talk about that. Go with those thoughts, those flows of good things, good thinking thoughts. But if you need to reel the thoughts in, emotionally regulate, get back into your body, yin yoga is a beautiful way to do that. Okay? So yin yoga, human design, I'm going to leave you with that. I love you, Pisces. Namaste. Virgo. Hello, Virgo. It has been quite some time since I've done any readings. Let's just get into it. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give Virgo the message that is on their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It got really cold out here. It got really, really cold. The wind's doing something weird to my hair. Oh well, we'll just get into it. We don't care. There's a lot of nature power coming through. What messages do we have for Virgo today? All right, there is no separation from what is and what was, Virgo. They want you to have a beginner's mind. They want you to go back to being the student. Wherever you may be in life, you may be stagnant because you've come into a mindset of, I know it all, I don't need to learn anymore, I'm good. And that begins to take away from your ability to grow and in turn do what it is what you're here to do, right? Hold on to faith in what is not yet visible in the 3D. Emitting an energy of lack will bring more of that same vibration. You need to get out of lack consciousness, okay? They want you to be who you needed as a child and feed what allows your soul to sing, okay? And so this card needs to be highlighted before I read the rest of this, because this card may confuse you if you don't understand that what it's calling for is for whatever it was that you did as a child that brought you joy, that brought you excitement, that brought you back to life. Okay? Be what you needed as a child now. Okay? Because when we're children, we have all of these structures, these structures that we're placed inside of, and we're not able to expand outside of them until we come of age, right? By then, we may be stifled by other types of traumas, things that our parents have placed on top of us. So what's happening is they want you to find what it is that had your soul singing as a child, because it's within these pleasures that inputs more love and light into our entire planet's grid lines. Okay? You can't get there from emitting an energy of lack. Let's give me a few more for them, please. A few more. Duality does not exist, only a multitude of perspectives. This is really like kind of hard to read. Actually, it's coming up great in the camera. Duality does not exist, only a multitude of perspectives. Okay, so what is being called for right now is observation over reactivity. Like, I couldn't even get the words out before literally I had a cough, like a in my throat. I had to clear that. This card flipped out. That was what they wanted to say for that. So this is a really kind of open and shut case, in that it's like you have the control here, like all of the control. You always have all of the control, no matter what the world wants to tell you. You always have control. Deliberately create using focused intent. Okay. Honestly, Virgo, I don't know that you need any more. Let's give you some universe has your back ones. But this is really a beautiful message. Let's just for Virgo, please. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Literally, the universe has your back. Do you know how powerful it is to get the one that they use for the back of the card? That's super powerful. Like, you are supported through this. You just need to remember that. Don't let the circumstances shake who you are at a core level. Circumstances don't matter when the person in question is in alignment. Happiness is your birthright, okay? So choose that. Choose that every single day. All right, Virgo, this has been your reading. See you soon. Namaste. Well, hello, Leo. It's been quite a time since I've done any readings. It's been a while, so let's just get into it. I asked my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Leos a message that isn't their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Immediately, I'm hearing law of assumption. What are you assuming, Leo? What are you assuming into your reality? You know, law of attraction is great, but the flaw of attraction is that we're always manifesting. Our thoughts are always pulling to us our reality, whether we like it or not. So if we don't have control over our mental, we don't have control over what we're pulling into our reality. And that's not a really fun place to be in 2024. So let's get into it. What do you have for the Leos today? Every emotion felt is an energetic transmission, Leo. They're calling for you to be who you needed as a child. Remembering that energy flows where your focus goes. That which is like into itself is drawn. Get it to me. Get it. Get it to me. Get it to me. Get that fly. Sorry, I'm distracted by my dog's cuteness. Every emotion felt is an energetic transmission. Energy flows where focus goes. That which is like into itself is drawn. What are you pulling to your reality right now? What is it that you're pulling to your reality that you don't want to come into your reality? All thoughts and feelings of love are direct, energetic transmissions of love. I've never gotten both of these cards the same time in this, like in any reading. It just, interesting, interesting, interesting. Who did you need to be as a child? Who did you need as a child? What type of adult did you need? Because that's what your inner child needs now for you to get through this. I'll take it. Accept contrast. It allows for a course correction. Those are supposed to be clouds. I'm not a good. Oh, drawing is not my strong point here. What is contrasting in your field, in your everyday life, that is telling you that things need to shift, that things need to change, that you are not happy? Oh my gosh. Okay, just we're gonna tell all the signs. We didn't tell Virgo. Interesting. Leo, I'm hearing look into your human design. You're welcome. The irony in the people that watch my stuff usually watch and don't say anything. I digress. So if there's anybody that I used to know that's here now, I wish you well. But also remember, every emotion felt is an energetic transmission. And some of us are protected energetically. So if there is a contrast in your reality that is causing you to send energetic transmissions, emotions, negative emotions, to another person, they could very well feel that. I know for me, I see faces, I see all kinds of things. Sometimes I smell a person. If I've known them in whatever life, I can smell them. So just know that emotion is energy in motion. Energy doesn't ever disappear on us. It doesn't just go away. It definitely translates into other things towards other people. So you just have to remember that. Duality does not exist, only a multitude of perspectives. I think this one's kind of hard to see. There we go. Duality does not exist, only a multitude of perspectives. Surrender to what it is that is being felt currently. Okay, so, woo, Leo, I get it. I'm a Leo rising, so I fully get it. I get it. The contrast you're seeing is there to slow you down. It's there to get you to stop fighting what you're feeling and to just feel. And sometimes our reality will bring us so many things that cause friction or contrast in our everyday because we aren't feeling. We're refusing to feel. And if you're not feeling it, you're not healing it. Here we go. There is nothing wrong with what is felt or viewed so long as it doesn't hinder the growth necessary to ascend to your true self, okay? So it's like refusing to accept where you are, refusing to accept the things that are happening or what you're going through is hindering you from getting to that next level of self. And that next level of self is where everything that you want, that you're working and fighting for, lies. But you have to let yourself get through this first chapter. It's like if there's levels. You can't get to that next step until you've completed this one. That's just for Leo, please. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Wow. I surrender to a power greater than me. Like, are you seeing a theme here? This is so insane. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So here's another thing about surrendering. When you look at a situation and you go, holy fuck, I can't do anything about this. This is what it is, and it's here. You've immediately alchemized that situation. You've alchemized it. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love, okay? All thoughts and feelings of love are direct energetic transmissions of love. So they're really calling for you to be bigger in this this aspect of whatever may be happening. They want you to be bigger than the circumstance. Yeah. Okay, Leo, that's all I have for you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste. Scorpio, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time, and we're not going to waste all the time talking. Let's just get into it. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Scorpios the message that is in their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just see what we got going on here. So I have one piece of hair that's just sticking out. I guess, look at it. It's driving me insane. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe you have one thing that just keeps poking out, sticking out, causing problems, demanding attention. We apply it to your reading. Okay. We can see. Well, when we look at your reading, we'll see how that applies. So messages from Scorpio, please. Unacceptable. So like you got a lot of emotions spilling out that you don't mean to have spilling out. That's what I'm getting with this. All right. Observation over reactivity is called for. Trust yourself. Second guessing only occurs in the mind. All right. All thoughts and feelings of love are direct energetic transmissions of love. Do not try to pour an ocean into a teacup. What is meant for another may not always be what carries your waves. All right? Everything is always working out best case scenario. First off, I want to say that this reading's all over the place. DNA upgrades are healing and rewriting belief systems that no longer serve you. Okay. You're going through an awakening. Whoever's watching this is going through an awakening. Happiness is a choice. Choose happiness. There are always going to be circumstances in life that will pull you down, take you underneath the flow, underneath the current. I'm like seeing an ocean waves, like being pulled under. Judgment is ego's best friend. Okay? What are you judging right now? What are you creating judgments about? Sorry, I'm just going to keep pulling cards until this comes together, because this is a little all over the place. I feel like you are in a place of feeling all over the place right now. Stillness is a superpower. Focus on the intent. I'm not the best artist. I tried. No message is a message. All right. I don't know why I keep pulling what seems to be love readings, but I don't do love readings, so that's got to go somewhere else. There is no separation from what is and what was. Beginner's mind. I don't remember who it was, Virgo or Pisces, but they were also being called to step back into the student. Sometimes we become so jaded by the things that we've learned, that the knowledge that we know, that the wisdom that we've taken on in our years, that we forget that there's still so much more for us to learn, that we can become a student at any time. At any time, all of the things that we've told ourselves, our perspectives, that we have known, that we know for sure, that could be our own personal life experiences holding us to that perspective and not actually what reality is, okay? Trust yourself. Second guessing only occurs in the mind. There is no separation from what was and what is. Happiness is a choice. Observation over reactivity. What I'm getting about all of this, because it's kind of, the messages seem to be all over the place. They may be hitting for you. Every single one of them may hit for you. That's not for me to figure out. What I do see happening is that there is a necessity of you choosing. Trying to be happy, trying to be sad. Trying to be aware and grow through these things, Or are you trying to just react? Because the thing about it is, if this may be triggering, say it with love, choosing to react, choosing to attack, choosing to say this person did that, that, and that, is choosing to be the victim. Is choosing to take the I have no control. The person that has me triggered and reacting has more control over me. In fact, they could very well be doing A, B, and C to get a reaction because they know that I react versus observing. Now, what happens if something outside of you causes you to be triggered? Well, you may go from a state of awareness and peace and self-happiness to being aware that things are not what you want them to be, to being aggressive, attacking, maybe blame shifting. Observation allows you to work out the emotions within self and the emotions within another person. Stillness is a superpower. Focus on intent. Are you intent on finding out what's actually happening? Instead of asking someone, why are you angry? Or why are you treating me this way? Sometimes the better question is, how have I hurt you? Because anger is reacting from a state of hurt. So if someone is angry with you, they are feeling hurt. If you're angry with another person and you're reacting instead of observing why you would be angry, you're reacting from a place of hurt and you're not recognizing that that is what it is. Trust yourself. Second guessing only occurs in the mind. Do not try to pour an ocean into a teacup. What is meant for another may not be what carries your waves. And judgment is ego's best friend. I'm kidding, kind of, it's like a self-judgment. Everything is always working out for you, best case scenario. Let's get some more messages here for Scorpio. Because it does feel really all over the place. But I'm getting that, like, your emotions are kind of like that. Like there's no real consistent. So the majority of people's emotions, they do like this, right? And it's a pretty steady wave of up and down. There's something that'll trigger them, and then they regulate, and they go back to being regulated, or they get unregulated, and they find a regulation. And so it's this wave. It's this. With you, things are doing this. Like they're dives. They're deep dives, deep highs. And so that's where the amount of differences in the messages are coming from. Oh, rude. Oh, so rude. Oh, so rude. So rude. Mm. I surrender to a power greater than me, okay? When I focus on my inner life, sorry, Debbie. The dog's like, what the heck? Come here. It's okay. Come home. Come here. Come here. It's okay. Yeah. Hi. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love, okay? Oh, there's... I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. Okay? I feel like outside of having the ability to control where you're going based on your choices to observe or react, the other highlight, the other focus has been love, because a power greater than us is love. What can heal this world? Love. Love is a power that is so much greater than so many of us. Oh. Sad embrace. Okay. Whatever you're going through, you're doing it alone. And you're being told to come together. So there's two giraffes here, and I think that's a stork. Storks traditionally are like bring babies, but like babies, it could be also like signifying like the birth of something new because you're coming together. So it's telling you that like you don't have to go through this alone. Okay, like if you've been getting a yearning to connect to whomever you feel is like your pair, your other giraffe, right? Because giraffes are kind of rare. They're not really an animal you see just all the time everywhere. You have to go to a specific place to find a giraffe. That's a message for you to move forward with that. And I also, if you 4 and 5 go in to make 9, 9, 8. So it's like, I mean, these two cards alone are really powerful. Because when you choose to look at a situation and surrender to it and acknowledge it for what it is, you alchemize it. And once you alchemize it, it's no longer what it was. It's something new. And you have a choice to move from that. Again, we're going to go back to observation over reactivity. You have a choice to observe or to react. All feelings, not just thoughts of love, all feelings and thoughts are direct energetic transmissions. Okay? Remove the love out of this. All thoughts and feelings are direct energetic transmissions. Whatever you're thinking, if it's negative and you're thinking about a person, you're energetically sending a transmission, a negative transmission. You need to be careful about the energy that you're sending out, because right now in 2024, a lot of us are aware of that energy. I see faces. Personally, for me, I see faces. I smell energy. That happened a couple years ago. Don't wish that on anybody. It's like a curse. Not everybody energetically smells great. Some people energetically smell like death. Like if you've ever just walked around somebody and out of nowhere, where they normally smell like something fabulous, you smell death around them, you might be smelling energy, and that's terrible. Again, I don't wish it on anybody, but for me personally, I see faces. I see people in the astral. Their higher selves will come to me and say things and show me things that they're up to in the 3D. They can't get away with it. So a lot of people are like that, and a lot of people aren't talking about it. A lot of people are not saying, hey, this is what's going on. This is who I am. I'm not somebody that's just out there like sharing in that space. It's not something that I want everybody to know, like that calls for target. So when you think about the ability to connect with another on an energetic level, you have to be thinking that all of your thoughts, all of your frequencies, all of your feelings, your emotions, especially if you're pairing a thought and an emotion and a feeling with that when you're thinking of someone, you're energetically sending them so much. You're sending them literally like an energetic text. So reel in your own personal emotions if that's not something you want other people to know. Like if you're not ready to share that emotion with somebody in the 3D, you may not want to be mentally thinking, sending, feeling emotions to them, because they're going to know before you even show up. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Wish you guys the best. Namaste. Capricorn. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time. We're going to jump right in. So that's my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Capricorns the message that is in their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Messages for Capricorn, please. All right. Circumstances do not matter when the state of being is in balance. The universe is responding to what is being felt based off of focused intent. Okay? So you're receiving a reality around you right now that is showing up because of the way that you are manifesting. Do not try to pour an ocean into a teacup. What is meant for another may not be what carries your waves, okay? All thoughts of, and feelings of love are direct energetic transmissions of love. Okay. So if you just take this out, all thoughts and feelings are energetic transmissions. Remove love from it. All thoughts and feelings are energetic transmissions. It's like picking up the phone and making a phone call to somebody that you're thinking about, feeling about, or being emotional about. Trust yourself, second guessing only occurs in the mind. Divine timing is at play. Hold your vibration. All right. I'm kind of getting that you guys are a little bit all over the place with your emotions right now. Scorpio is getting that too. You could have Scorpio in your chart somewhere. Let's see here. Unsureness about how another feels about you wouldn't be there if you were sure about yourself. Be who you needed as a child. So what you need and what you want are probably two different things right now. And that's not always fun to hear. But I'm kind of getting that's what's going on, is that what you want and what you need are absolutely two different things. I'm fine. Meditate. It is within the stillness of self that inner standing is reached. It shouldn't say understanding, it should say inner standing. I messed up when I made that card. But meditate. It wants you to meditate, to sit with your stillness. I'm a firm believer that you could do all of the work, all of the things, right? You could go work out, you could do yoga, you can go to therapy, you could eat healthy, you could clear out people that aren't healthy for you. But if you don't have the ability to sit with yourself, none of that's going to matter, because it's always going to circle back to the same problems, because you haven't healed what's within you that you need to sit with so that you can shift out of that vibration. So it's really important to meditate. Physical sickness manifests into the 3D from unhealed inner traumas, usually controlled by fear or ego. Cleanse the mind, cleanse the body. How do you cleanse the mind? Meditate. Duality does not exist, only a multitude of perspectives. Be the calm, live in that. And how do you become the calm? You meditate. All right, let's see what we have for the universe has your back deck. Joy is the ultimate creator. So if you're unable to find joy, you're probably unable to create authentically. You'd probably be creating based on an intention of like making money or something like that, where it's not backed with authenticity that is important or special to you, which will just make it that much harder to create. And even when you're creating that way, if you do succeed in creating whatever it is and get it on the market or sell it or however it is that you are trying to create from an inauthentic place, it won't take off. The universe doesn't support that. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. So if your intention is based through love, through an awareness of like, this is what I'm meant to be doing, I enjoy it, mainly you enjoy when you do it, that's going to be the fuel that pushes it forward with the universe. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. It's up there for a minute, so you can screenshot it if you want. Yeah, Capricorn, meditation is going to take you out of that space of feeling out of control and into a space of being able to create from a place of authenticity. I hope this helps you. Namaste. Sagittarius. Hello. Hello, Sagittarius. It's been a while. Let's get into it. Ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Sagittarius the message that is in their absolute highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What up, Sagittarius? How you been? I love Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius so damn much. You guys have such a special place in my heart. What do we have for Sagittarius today, please? Accept contrast. It allows for a course correction. Leo got that. The reason there is a lack in abundance is because there is an abundance of lacking thoughts. Wow, you guys are really getting a theme here. There is no separation from what is and what was. Contrast is enlightenment. Trust yourself. Second guessing only occurs in the mind. There is nothing to gain from focusing on pain. Let it go. Ooh, we don't need all those. Come on now. Let's be real. Thank you. Fear is run by ego. Ego is created by the mind. Get back into the heart. Focus on gratitude. Okay? Accept contrast. It allows for a course correction. Contrast is enlightenment. Having the contrast lets you know what you need to change. The true test of self-love is how one handles the projections from another. I'll just turn this down because we're going to get commercial error. All right. That which is like into itself is drawn. All right, I'm going to go back to this card right here too. The reason there is a lack in abundance is because there is an abundance of lacking thoughts. All right, that which is like into itself is drawn. Divine timing is at play. Hold your vibration and be the calm and live in that. Okay. There is no separation from what is and what was. There is nothing to gain from focusing on pain. These are just really powerful messages. Fear is run by ego. Ego is created by the mind. Trust yourself. Second guessing only occurs in the mind. Get back into the heart. Focus on gratitude. You could literally start a gratitude journal. And every day you wake up and just write out 10 things that you're grateful for. Start with 10. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you are focusing on all the things going wrong or all the things missing from your life, it can be really hard to find 10 things. So that's why I always say just start with 10 things. I surrender to a power greater than me. Yeah, gratitude, love, being grateful for where you are, for what you have. Count your blessings. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful that I have running water. I'm thankful that my country isn't being blown to bits, because that seems to be a highlight of things right now. Like, there are ways to live as a human with gratitude without going out of your way to like show it to the world. My headphones are dying, so I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Energy flows where intention goes. And that one's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to end this. Sagittarius, your ability to choose abundance is based on your ability to see where your abundance lies in your life. If you don't see the abundance that you have already, the first place that you need to start is there, and build a foundation of gratitude, and other things can flow to you from that. Okay? Namaste.
Aquarius, welcome. Let's get started. As my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Aquariuses the message that is in their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A little bit of compartmentalized energy that's going to, or probably already is, seeping out, Aquarius. Like you're trying to hold it all together, but there's a lot that needs to be released in a healthy way, and instead of addressing it in a healthy way, you've pushed it inside to the point where it just kind of pushes out on its own, and there's quite a bit of follow through with emotion that comes with that. That's what I'm getting so far. If one cannot be present within self, they will be unable to be present with another, okay? So being unable to sit with yourself as you have all these emotions that are coming up, all of these things that need to be healed. You have to feel it so that you can heal it. That will keep you from being able to be authentic and present with other people. Radical acceptance to what is. They really want you to look at where you're at from a space of acceptance and not be judgmental about the fact that this is where you're at. Unconditional love for another begins when there is unconditional love for self. I don't know why they keep throwing these readings that are like love oriented, but it's like we need to remove the idea of having love or a relationship with another person until we are fully comfortable sitting with self, sitting with the messy parts of self, the darkness of self, instead of trying to get into a relationship and pushing those parts onto another person and saying they triggered me, they did this, they did that. It's about self. It's about us, me, we, you. Okay, so when you look at it that way, there's a need for unconditional love for you before you can even think about passing on love to another. Because if you're not giving yourself any love and you're only giving the love that you should be giving yourself to another, you're depleting yourself, and you're teaching another person that they don't need to love you the way that you love them because you don't love you. Fear is ego-based. Ego lies as it lives in fear consciousness, okay? Circumstance does not matter when the state of being is in balance. And I'm really kind of getting that like you're out of balance right now. Stop making excuses for your seeming weaknesses. Again, we're going to go back to this card right here. Radical acceptance to what is. If you cannot accept yourself, if you go, this is unacceptable, this person is unacceptable, the way that I'm living is unacceptable, and you see yourself as unacceptable as a human, how do you think any other humans are going to be able to accept you? Let's be 100% real with this. How would another human be able to accept you if you refuse to accept yourself? And that's just kind of across the board with anything. If you don't see the greatness in your own work, how can you expect the rest of the world to see that greatness? If you don't have a belief that you're going to make it, how can you expect or demand anyone else to have a belief that you're going to make it? Okay, so this goes across the board for everything, not just love stuff, because I don't like doing love relationships. This just keeps coming up. I think it's probably summer. People are trying to like go out with people. I don't know. There is no separation from what is and what was, beginner's mind. I think this is actually, this card's in here twice. But that's okay. There is nothing to gain from focusing on pain. Let go.
Rude.
DNA upgrades are healing and rewriting belief systems that no longer serve you. And this picture below, behind this, is called a unilom. I don't know why I'm being told to tell you about a unilom. I'm not going to explain it. They want you to go in and do some research on a unilom on yourself. It's UNALOME, unilom. Be who you needed as a child. Okay, that's a really powerful message, Aquarius. Let's get into the universe as your back deck. Do that many? No, we don't need to do 20 of these cards. Come on. Be a little more like direct with these messages. Don't give me 19 of them. Give me a few that really matter. Hope is the conduit for miracles. Focus goes where, or your energy goes where focus goes. I surrender to a greater power than me, okay? Aquarius, you have the ability to let things become better by what you choose to focus on. And right now, there's a really big focus on you choosing yourself and focusing on being who you needed as a child from you and not trying to get that from other people, okay? Namaste.
Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Welcome. Let's do your reading. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Cancers the message that's in their greatest, highest good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was cute. I don't know why I completely blanked on who the reading was for. That was interesting. You guys are having a hard time holding on to things, like just blanking, forgetting things, like maybe even blanking on things. It's just like it makes no sense why you would forget or not be able to fill out the sentence, fill in the blank. Messages for Cancer, please. There is no value in giving attention to what you do not want. Abundance consciousness needed. So when this card comes up, it's kind of like you're paying attention to all of the things you don't have, and that's helping to keep the cycle of lack going. Stillness is a superpower. Focus on your intent. DNA upgrades are healing and rewriting belief systems that no longer serve you. So it's kind of like these two together means that there's like a need for you to see the good in things and expect good things to happen and expect abundance. Stay in authenticity. Feed what allows your soul to sing. It is within these pleasures that inputs more love and light into the planet's grid lines. And when you're focused on having a good time and enjoying yourself, you allow other good things to come to you. It's abundance, money in general, it's a vibration. So if you're in a high vibration of joy and enjoyment and creation, that money will come to you. The vibration of lack is very low. And so if you're there, you aren't energetically aligned to the abundance that you seek. The true test of self-love is how one handles the projections from another. Brutal honesty with self is required when addressing the darkest parts of the soul. Go within, starseed. So it's telling you to go within and like meditate. That's one of the meditation cards. And to just brutal honesty isn't like you need to be cruel to yourself, but it's like being absolutely, completely 100% honest about how things are unfolding, the unfoldment of things. Surrender to what it is that is being currently felt. All right. So there's a need for you to surrender from any of the things that causes you to hold into an aspect of self that you no longer align to, like staying in authenticity. Surrender to the things that are no longer you, let them go, and let the things that are you come into fruition. And again, that's where that brutal honesty comes in. Brutal honesty being like, okay, this is something I've been trying to do. It doesn't fit with me. It's not who I am. Why am I still doing it? Kind of thing. Recognize the power held within. Call on that power every day until that power is the default mode. I really love this card. It's so powerful. It's like, remember who you are. Stay in that remembrance and let that become your reality. I knew this card was going to come out. Meditate. It is within this stillness of self that inner standing is reached. It should say inner standing, not inner understanding, because inner standing is a place of understanding the inners of self, the inner world within, the within, and the outer world is the without. Trust yourself. Second guessing only occurs in the mind. Okay, let's see what the universe says here. Universe has your back. Hi, cutie pie. Hello, pretty girl. You're so sweet. Hi, sweet. Wanna come sit here? Do you come sit up here? Come here. Come on. Yeah. Hi. Hi. You know what's awesome? She is also a Cancer. So the Cancers are showing up for each other. Are you showing up for the Cancers? Do you want to go play? Is that what you want? You want to go play? You can go play. Sis, I want to go play. She thinks I'm going with her. She's standing behind the camera like, what are you doing? Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. That's beautiful. Any more cards? There we go. I choose to learn through love. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. It's a bit windy out here. I'm trying to keep my cards from blowing away. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. And again, there's like this focus on what's the highest good of all. So I feel like that sorry for whistling in your ear, I gotta call her back. It has to do with where you're meant to be. And if it feels like you're in this place of in between, you probably are. Let things come to fruition without you forcing them. Okay? Sending you all the love, Cancer. Namaste. Aries! Hello, Aries. Oh, Aries. You Mars-ruled lovers, you. You're really just lovers that need a little bit of fight before you love. That's all. Let's get started. That's my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors. Please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Aries the message that is in their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like how this is the one that I open up to. I mean, I don't know if it's going with your reading. It's just hilarious because Aries, just, yeah, observation versus reactivity. How are you with your observation versus reactivity? Which one is balancing out more these days, Aries? Are you observing or are you reacting? What do we have for Aries today? My dog's standing behind a computer, just so annoyed I'm not throwing the stick for her. Deliberately create using focused intent. Triggers are necessary. They show what is unhealed, okay? Things are triggering you, Aries. What's new? I love you, but come on now. There is nothing wrong with what is felt or viewed so long as it doesn't hinder the growth necessary to ascend to your true self, okay? It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be pissed off. It's okay to rant about that. It's not okay to let that anger diminish your greatness because it's standing in the way of you moving forward. And that's something that Aries have an ability of letting happen. No one can stop an Aries but an Aries themselves. The only person standing in your way is you, okay? Radical acceptance to what is. You need to accept the way things are. You need to accept you for who you are. You need to accept the things you can do. You need to accept the things that you can't do. You need to accept where you have control and where you don't have control. Circumstance does not matter when the state of being is in balance. And what I do know about several of my personal areas that I love so, so much, when you don't have control over a situation that you're really worried about the end results, you guys have a tendency of being able to step into your lower selves that just don't even equate to who you truly are as a person, but because you've lost a little bit of control, you're reacting in a way that's beneath you. Where there is pain, there is growth, okay? This pain is not for nothing. Remember the saying, growing pains. You know, when you're growing and your legs are hurting in the middle of the night. I don't know if you know what this is like, but I was not 5'8". I was 5 something, 5'4", 5'5" maybe, and then I was 5'8", like overnight. That was quite a bit of growing inches in my body that went overnight. Stop eating the grass. Cancers. What are you gonna do? Recondition who you were told to be. Remember who you truly are, okay? This pain that you're feeling, it's breaking you open so that you can grow into the dimensions you are meant to grow into. There is no value in giving attention to what you do not want. Abundance consciousness is needed. The more you focus on what you don't have, the more you will see what you don't want. The more you focus on not having what you want, the more you will not see what you want in your life. Alignment is simply a practiced state of vibration, okay? Being in alignment for who you are, what you're supposed to have, how you're supposed to get it, is a practice state. The best way to get there is by meditating. And if you can't meditate because sitting in the silence is just too much, yoga, yin yoga, is the most powerful way. As a graduated yoga teacher, I'm going to say do some yin yoga. You deserve it. No message is a message. I mean, any way you look at it, no message is a message. Stillness is a superpower. Focus on your intent, okay? And you also got deliberately create using focus intent. So if you don't like the way things are, Stop focusing on what you don't like. Okay? There is no value in giving attention to what you do not want. Focus on what you want. Alignment is simply a practice state of vibration, right? Focus on what you want. Live in that vibration. Self-love never allows for feelings of inadequacy. Your soul knows you are a whole on your own, all right? Anything else? You are so cute. She's just the sweetest little thing. Oh, Davy. Oh, who's my girl? She's so sweet. Oh, hi, sweet girl. You're such a sweet girl. All right, what messages do you have here for Aries? Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. I don't know what other sign this was. It might have been Aquarius that I was saying this, but anger is hurt, masking. Anger is hurt, reacting. So if you are angry and you are attacking and you're judging and you're blaming, that is your anger reacting from a place of hurt because you are not being heard. Okay? Don't feel bad for the ways in which you choose to deal with that unless you're doing this to another who had nothing to do with that pain, that fear, that whatever it may be. There's a time where it's good to share that, to vocalize that with the person that hurt you. But to just randomly do it to anybody and everybody in the world is not the karmic connection you want to build. Because what that does is that creates karma for you. That hurts other people. Those people that you do it to are going to remember you for the way they made you feel, the way you made them feel. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love, okay? Hating somebody, focusing on somebody with the eyes of hate, aggression, it takes away your power. It doesn't hurt them. I mean, it might hurt them a little bit, but not really. It's topical. What it does to you, though, is it can literally create a poison within that poisons you from the inside out. And what that looks like is bitterness, resentfulness, jealousy, hatred, aggression, shaming, blaming, guilt tripping, gaslighting. I mean, the list goes on. So when you become that person, I'm not saying that you are, but if that is who you become, there is a lot of guilt and resentment towards self that becomes to build up because you are not taking responsibility or accountability for the ways in which got you to this space. Now, if you're somebody who's completely out of control in the ways that you have to live the world, like you say you're still with people like your parents, okay? That's not your fault. What happens between the years of, like, you know, a child to adolescence to leaving the home is you're learning the ways in which you do not want to exist. It isn't a punishment. You are learning your edges. When you think about a square, and you think about the ways in which somebody could maybe hurt you or harm you, there are things inside the square that feel safe to you. If you feel things outside of that edge, outside of the square, and they're moving into the edge, to the outer area of things that don't feel safe to you, you're going to learn by way of the treatment, the behavior, the responses, the things people are doing, their perspective of you, the boxes that they put you in. You're going to learn where your edges are as a person. And when that happens, you can step into your own power. And sometimes that takes us a little bit more time. Like for me, I didn't learn my edges until I was really in my 30s, I feel like. And that took me a lot of time. And I had to learn a lot of lessons in between that I wouldn't personally go through them again. But if I hadn't gone through them, I wouldn't have found my edges. So whatever it is that you're going through, remember that the circumstances do not matter when you are in alignment. When your state of being is in balance, you get there by meditating. Stillness. Stillness is a superpower. Focus on your intent. Remembering triggers are necessary because they show you what is unhealed. If you don't have an awareness of what's unhealed, you can't begin to grow and become a better person and get rid of those triggers. And when you get rid of the triggers, then you can focus on the glimmers. The glimmers are all the things that make you happy. Just like a trigger is something that makes you triggered, upset, unhappy. A glimmer is something that makes you happy, enjoyable, and excited. That feeling of immense aliveness, that's a glimmer. Okay? So that's what I have for you today, Aries. I love you guys. Namaste. Taurus. Hello, Taurus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to do a reading. I haven't done a reading with you guys in quite a bit of time, so let's get into it. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I give Taurus messages that isn't their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sippy of some water. All right, what do we have for Taurus today? There is nothing to gain from focusing on pain. Let go. All thoughts and feelings of love are direct energetic transmissions of love. Every thought created is an energetic transmission. Do you think they're trying to tell you something, Taurus? What you're focusing on, the pain, isn't helping you. Wow, they're not playing. There is no value in giving attention to what you do not want. Abundance consciousness is needed. Okay, so you're focusing on things that make you feel bad, that give you pain, that cause you physical, maybe even physical pain, if not just like heartache. And those things need to be let go. Those aren't for you. Circumstance does not matter when the state of being is in balance. You're out of balance though, because these things are like kind of really affecting you. There is no separation from what is and what was. Okay. As we grow in life, we gain wisdom. We have all of these life experiences. We accumulate these life experiences, and we begin to create a bias created future based on these experiences, this wisdom. And if you can't step out of this wisdom, if I know what's going to happen and it's going to be this way because it's always this way, if you can't get back into the student's brain, the beginner's mind, you will put yourself in a box, a very unhappy box that so many people cannot get themselves out of because they don't have the ability to be brutally honest with the fact that they've put themselves in a box. Okay, so your next one you got is triggers are necessary. They show what is unhealed. And no message is a message. Okay? Okay, come sit down. No. Come. Come here. Lay down. Where are you going? Huh? Oh, okay. So, the fact that like there's all these interruptions happening right now is I'm not going to interrupt this reading. I will put my dog inside though. Hold on 1 second. No, bad girl, bad girl, bad girl, girl. Okay, so the fact that you have all of these like interruptions happening is a huge sign. Triggers are necessary. They show what is unhealed. For somebody who maybe doesn't have as much control, all of that could have been a whole situation. You know, I could have just been like, ah, fuck, stop the recording, get mad at the dog, yell at whoever's going through. Like, just it could have been very dramatic. But that's I'm not. These aren't things that are going to trigger me, right? So if these interruptions that are happening in your life are really triggering to you, that lets you know that you're really uncontrolled. Like the mind is very uncontrolled. Things outside of you have the ability to get the inner you upset. That's not a good place to be in 2024. So the last card you got is meditate. It is within the stillness of self that inner standing is reached. So the universe has your back. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. We just really need to handle this. Okay, so let's get into the universe has your back, Taurus. What's going on? Yeah, a lot of you're trying to do, you have like a plan of action of how things need to happen. And guess what? Life isn't like that. That isn't life. That's not reality. Things are going to pop up at the least expected times. You have to be able to acclimate to that without freaking out and having a whole situation happen. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. They're not playing right now. Okay, so you want to give another one? Okay. Like, I feel like this reading was at least 3 minutes of interruptions. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. So what you're focusing on, where you're frustrated, these are things that like will stop you if you don't let yourself feel what's happening. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Okay? Energy flows where my intention goes. What you freak out about, it's going to bring you more of that. Have a good one. Wow, okay. Hey, Gemini. Man, you wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get this to work. So let's get started. As my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the Geminis a message that is in their highest good today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, that was fast. It was fast indeed. So I feel like there are some little everyday complications and frustrations going on. You could also be dealing with a Taurus because Taurus was really going through it. I didn't change anything with their reading either. Aquarius was also kind of going through it. The energy was a little, not flighty, but like not supportive. I don't know. So maybe you're dealing with either one of those signs, or it's just a consistent energy between the three of you. But yeah, seems like there's little frustrations. You get through it, but it was kind of unnecessary, I feel like. I don't know. Stop making excuses for your seeming weaknesses. Okay? We always see ourselves a little bit worse than the way that the world sees us. Stay in authenticity. Okay? Geminis have an ability to kind of mask and become what the world wants them to be because they're afraid that the world won't accept them as they are, which I get. But that stagnates your own creative ability to like be a positive force in this world, if that makes sense. Self-love never allows for feelings of inadequacy. Your soul knows that you're whole on your own, okay? Do not try to pour an ocean into a teacup. What is meant for another may not be what carries your waves. Also, physical sickness manifests into 3D from the unhealed inner traumas, usually controlled by fear or ego. Cleanse the mind, cleanse the body. Meditation and yin yoga. Yin yoga is the best way to start if you can't meditate because the stillness is a little intense. I fully get if you've had a lot of trauma or if you've been through a lot of things, just you're a human in 2024. Meditation can be really hard. Yin yoga is much easier place to start. Fear is ego-based. Ego lies as it lives in fear consciousness. All right, fear consciousness is a really low vibration. You have to be vibrating really low to be in fear. So if you want to be out of fear, raise your vibration. How do you raise your vibration? Do some yin yoga. Fear is run by ego. Ego is created by the mind. Get back into the heart. Focus on gratitude. There's a theme here, Gemini. Stop letting your fear control you. It's literally probably manifested into some fucked up physical sickness because you're not healing the traumas within yourself. In the first place, again, as a yoga teacher, I'm going to say yin yoga because it's not easier. I would even go as far as to say as it's harder because it requires you to sit with self for an extended period of time and breathe. And when that starts to happen, your body will begin to release. It's not unnatural for someone who's never done any yoga, who seemingly has their life completely together, to get on the mat and completely lose it, ugly crying, because the yin has allowed them to connect their breath with the movement of their body. And they have now reconnected to their body, which is reconnecting them to their spirit. And they are releasing all of that doesn't serve them anymore. And it can come out as being in tears, crying, ugly crying for me most times. Where there is pain, there is growth. Okay. So for me personally, if it has manifested into physical sickness, where you're seeing physical symptoms of problems in your everyday, I would look up the chakra systems connected to that sickness, because every chakra system is connected to the root is connected to I want to say the kidneys, maybe the spleen. And this is completely off the top of my head. I've got a yin yoga book that kind of goes into this, but finding out what chakra the sickness is connected to, and then finding yin yoga sessions, flows that are connected to the specific chakra. And actually, I feel like that'll be the first kind of videos that I do on my yoga channel, will be yin yoga chakra ones. So at some point I'll be able to share links, but yeah, I'm not doing a lot with that because it hasn't felt aligned. Like I need to get kind of the gut yes, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Also, I would suggest you looking into your human design. For me personally, I'm a generator, and I'm ruled by my sacral. I can't make these big decisions or even like small decisions unless I get a gut feeling of yes or no. Finding out your human design. And if you are showing symptoms, physical symptoms, finding out what chakra systems are connected to those physical ailment or the physical part of the body will help you get better. This is not Western healing. This is definitely not Western healing, but it will help you. And you don't have to take any pills for it, which is awesome, and probably why they don't push it in Western society. Being out of bliss allows for a redirection of focus. Okay, so not being happy tells you what you don't want in life. So even though it doesn't feel good, it's redirecting you towards what you want. Change the beliefs that no longer serve your highest good by focusing on the beliefs that do serve you. Okay? So, focusing on things that are making you fearful, being in a fear vibration, is not going to help you. All right, I'm going to leave it here, Gemini. There's a lot going on, but I did want to get that message out. Namaste.